Hey y'all, welcome to Freedom Makers. I'm Amanda and this is
Heidi
from Lourie Family Homestead, and I'm over here. They're just across the road from Danny and Wanda, which is really cool. And so she invited me over today to help her with the Mr. Stackies. She's going to show me how to set these up. This is, I think, an awesome option for us so that it's no weeding, it's vertical. I can use some vertical space that we're not using right now. And it seems like a cheap alternative to just, and a time saver and all sorts of stuff. So she's going to show me how that works, and I'm going to take you guys along. Okay, so first we have this big bucket, and we just put some peat moss. This is just a bag you get
just a bag at the local hardware feed store.
Feed store, hardware. And we have some of that, and then we're going to use some perlites, which she also got at the feed store. This is just a huge bag, and
it's like $25. It's really cheap.
So $50 for both to start out. Right, and that should do all of these stackies that we're doing?
Oh, this is going to do...
And more probably.
More, yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to do the bottom ones too, because we can put like onions or anything else you want to put in there. Some herbs. So we put like 2 or 3 more plants on the bottom versus 4 in each one of those. And then we do, how many buckets here? 1, 2, 3, 5? We got 5?
5 buckets.
5 buckets, so another like 10 plants.
So it's just, your setup is just a regular bucket. And you have a pipe in the ground.
Yep.
And what is this part for?
That is so the stackies, when you put the stackies on, they won't continue falling.
Oh, yeah.
So it depends on how high you want to go.
Okay.
If you do the large stackies, you can go higher. I mean, we have 3 high on the small stackies, so we did a little lower.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we have a 32-gallon barrel. We've had it. So we'll take the barrel, we'll put a pump in there. It's kind of like a pump for like a pond pump. It goes up like 3 to 5 feet.
Okay.
And that's going to be plugged in, and that's going to pump all the nutrients into the tubes, and it's just going to go down. The nutrients is 99.9% organic. I get it from Vertigrow in Florida, South Florida. They've been doing this for like 45 years, doing the formula, so I'm really confident. I've been using this stuff for about 3 years now, the nutrients, and my plants flourish. They're really great. But unfortunately, the nutrients go in the ground. Someday we'll have a recycling. It can go back up into it, so it won't be losing it, and because it gets expensive, just have it go out to the ground.
Right. So now we're just mixing in water. And it's going to get mushy, right?
It's going to get mushy. It's going to look like dirt, like muddy. Need more water.
I think so. Like how much? Like a lot of that?
That's good.
Okay. It is changing.
Yeah.
It's getting harder to stir it.
It's like mud.
It's still pretty dry.
It's going to be really wet. Then we add our perlite.
Okay, so now Heidi has like this muddy mixture in the bottom, lots and lots of water, and I'm going to start adding some of the perlite.
The perlite purpose is so it will help the drainage.
So this is what it's starting to look like, and it's just fluffy.
You want it porous. You want it to be able to drain through.
To breathe, and it's kind of airy.
This is the hole that the pipe goes in, and these are the drain holes. It'll go down to the next level. You want to just kind of go up to I go about up to here, and I fill it, and I kind of go around the hole, but sometimes it gets in there. When you put it on there, it'll come through, and that's not going to hurt it.
Right.
So I just fill about 3/4 of the way.
Okay.
These are the small stackies. They do have the bigger ones.
And you want it to stay light, so you're not going to pack it, right?
No, we don't pack it. No, you want it to be light. You got 4 plants. Because they root so fast, so you don't really need a lot of soil. And if you want to put more, once you get it on the pipe, you can put more here. But that's good for now, just to get it on. And if the soil gets in there, it's okay.
Awesome.
And if you want to do more, just stabilize it. So then when the next one goes on, it'll stabilize it. You want it fluffy because of the root system. And then you'll plant, we usually do is we plant here, and then we'll put the next one on, and then it interlocks. So we'll put some plants here, and then we'll just continue. I've had good luck by just pulling these apart, and I know we did some, I think it was some squash in the ground, and Brian separated all the plants and he put them in there, and they all died. So, but I have really good luck when I plant in the Jiffies. So these are really two good strong ones, and then you got some funky ones that I'm growing, but it doesn't really matter because in the Jiffies, I mean in the Stackies, they go crazy anyway, so I don't really care what they look like. It doesn't matter because they're going to droop down and go wherever they want to go anyways.
Right, over the sides.
It doesn't matter.
Over the sides of the pot.
And then they're doing so well in there because I've actually given them the nutrients from the Stackies already.
Oh, they were supposed to.
So I've been giving them the nutrients for about 3 weeks now. That's why they look pretty good.
Instant garden.
Instant, there you go. I'm not really bending too much. I'm not going to have to weed these.
I love that part of it.
It's
Maintenance free almost. You just
amazing.
keep them watered and
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Now this one is single. I'll just kind of open it a little. It'll be fine. And then, in the beginning, you can actually spin these where the water comes out. I put a little rock right here so it dissipate it. But once these start getting too big, see they're already almost too big, you can't really spin these. So I just leave them stationary, and it all works. There you go, and it's more stable now. And then as they grow, the roots it'll get really more stable because the root system will really take over. And then put more soil.
You just keep going.
Yeah, it's so easy. What are you planting, Caitlin?
Sweet peas.
Sweet peas, and you saved your seed from last year, right? Yeah.
Caitlin from the Lourie Family Homestead, planting her sweet peas. Okay, also we've got all the Mr. Stackies filled. We have dirt in the bottom. These have tomatoes. We've got dill here. We've got different herbs and things in with the tomatoes, like on the tops. And so each of these has this piping that goes through, and a little hose is going to have the water come down, and this whole system is connected. And then this is where it's going to hook up to the bucket, and that is where you put like your fertilize and your water, and that pumps it up into this, and this hose brings it around to all of the Mr. Stackies. And I love this setup because they have shade cloth. So the whole time we've been here, we've kind of been hiding under the shade cloth, and it's been wonderful so that we aren't just absolutely dying in the sun, but also that's going to keep your plants from getting scorched by the sun too. So it's very practical. So this is an already established system. You can see the hose go through here. These are the large Mr. Stackies. I really think that this is what we would go with because I can fit more in here, and it's just got more space and a little more options, and they grow in the bottom as well. And then they're hooked up the same way that the others are with the hose, and it drips down in the middle there. And then this is the barrel that it hooks up to, and there's this little pump inside, and it just pumps it up and all the way through the system. So Heidi, how much nutrients do you put into this bucket at a time?
I used to, I guess I was doing it wrong. I hate to admit it, but I was only putting 2 cups of nutrients. I have 2 different nutrients. There's like a green one and a clear one. I was only doing 2 cups of each, but I got a new bag of fertilizer, the nutrients this past week, and it said there's new requirements. It was saying 4 cups.
So they changed their formula?
I think they changed it because I was doing like an ounce per or half an ounce per gallon. It was a whole thing I had to figure out, and I figured out 2 cups of each. And I got the letter in the box, and it said 4 cups. So I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe mine will flourish more now because it has so much more nutrients in it. And I've been doing it all week, and these things have grown like probably that much since I've done the 4 cups of each.
Awesome. So how much is like a set of the, how much?
This box
long does it
was, I've already used a bag of each, so we have 3 times. It was $60.
Okay.
And this is going to last me, I mean, that should last me a month. That should last me a month. So
this is about a 3-month supply?
yeah. So what, $20 I figured? I said 15 yesterday.
So about
maybe-
$20 a month.
Yeah, to
For
get
your-
all this.
your nutrients.
To get like 75
And that will do
plants.
all of these Mr.
Well,
Stackies.
Yeah, about 20 bucks
That's not bad at all.
to get all this food, which I spend $7 on 3 heads of organic lettuce.
Right. So this is completely worth it.
It's so worth it.